Hey Stitchy Jammers, welcome to StitchyJam Knits. My name is Jay, I'm coming from Sydney, Australia, and this is my channel all about knitting, sewing, crafting and everything in between. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, hey, nice to see you. Grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea, and it's going to be a bit of a different episode today. For those of you that don't know, I have a tendonitis injury and I'm currently limited to what I can do, and I'm off. Can't knit, haven't been able to knit for the last couple of weeks. Can't do any of my sewing that I would ordinarily do. So you know, obviously it's been a bit up and down mood wise. Life is a little bit challenging at the moment, and so I'm sort of thinking outside of the square. And for those of you that don't know, I also make project bags for knitters and sewers. I did touch on this a little bit in last week's episode, but I thought I'd just do a episode all about that, and talk about the material. Sorry guys, my alarm just went off. Sorry about that. What was I saying? Yes, I decided to put together a few bits and pieces of Christmas fabrics that I'm thinking to do my Christmas bag run through this year. Some I've got 4 bags left over from last year, which I'm going to put in my shop over the next month or so. And then I'll have a think about, you know, what sort of sizes and how many I'll be able to get out of the material. Some I have left from last Christmas, but I also have some new fabrics that I want to add into that as well. So, sorry, excuse me. Are you in the kitchen? Sorry, I thought my mum was in the kitchen. I can hear her. Totally lost my train of thought. So let's get started. What I have been doing is a little bit of cross stitch. It's going to be a koala. And I can do a little bit at a time, but not too much, because I still have to grip onto it. So it's just a bit uncomfortable and awkward. But I'm going to do this mini Make It koala. I can hear that now. It's my cat getting his treats out of the bowl. So I've done a few lines of that, that way. And so that's sort of coming along very slowly. So the project bags that I make at the moment are predominantly sock sized. I have made a couple of different sizes. I made this one for my mum, for example, for Mother's Day. This one's a zip one. I don't often do zip ones, zip bags. I do, and it's just got a calico lining. I do sometimes, but it's not my preferred method, although, you know, it's quite a good finish. I think I just worry that it's not going to be good enough to sell, but I'm looking at this and it's really good, so maybe I'm just worrying about nothing, as we do, us creatives. So last year for Christmas I did some sock size bags and sold a few on Ko-fi. I used Ko-fi, and the link to my Ko-fi shop is down below. I also have a dedicated project bag Instagram, which is StitchyJam Project Bags. I'll put all the information below. If you follow me on my other knitting normal Instagram at StitchyJam_, you can go into the description and just click on there anyway. So I did some drawstring Christmas bags last year and used ribbon instead of the calico sort of pulley. That looks great, but some of them I realized that even though they work effectively, they're just a little bit tough to get them open, but over time that will loosen off, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. So here is the 4 left over from last Christmas. I've lined them each with their own individual colour and ribbon to make them a little bit different. Everything I make is a one of a kind. It's a what am I in the mood for, what am I vibing with, what's in my stash, and I just make a handful at a time. I'm not in for mass production, so if you see something you like, basically it's first in, best dressed. I was thinking to do a pre-order for my Christmas bags, but then I realized I can't really do that unless they're all the same, and I don't think that that's my vibe. So I think I'll just make them and put them up and just sell them as I would normally. So I don't have a label for myself at the moment. I'm still just making them for fun and for you guys to get joy out of. Here's the second one with a bit of a stripe on it. So they're all lined, fully lined. They're all 100% cotton. Even these lining is 100% cotton. For my other bags, I'll show you in a minute, I use calico for the lining. Because they're quite busy, and I just thought it would be nice to have a plain inner. So we've got some Christmas puddings. So these can all fit sort of 1 or 2 skeins and some knitting needles, generally for a small project. And then this is the lining, which is lovely. It's got some, 6th day of Christmas, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, etc, etc. And then the last one I have left from last year is this pudding with the green ribbon and a yellow lining. So they're all the same sock size. That can be my thumbnail. Christmas bags. So more recently I got inspired and have started some Australian themed bags. This arm has prevented me from carrying on, but I've made a start, so I've got a few samples I can show you. I won't be able to show you all the material I have lined up for that, because it's a lot, but you can sort of get the gist of the size and the feel of the vibe that I'm going for. So they're more patchwork style, and I've upgraded the design as well by adding a handle. So we've got this little koala patchwork, and then I've got this handle. I got some really good feedback from one of my customers that recommended that a handle would be handy, so I've incorporated that. I've also incorporated a little tab for you to put your notions on the side. Just you need to pop a key ring through there and add your notions on there. And then they're all just lined with calico. So I've only done 4 at the moment, and they're all a little different because they're all patchwork. You've got your handle and your lining. And the little pop of colour to match in with the lars here. And they're all like squishy because I've lined them with some wadding, just like a little patchwork quilt. So yeah, a handle, and each have one of these. So that's where I'm at with that collection, and my goal was to have it out this month. That's not going to happen now. I have to just accept that that's not going to happen now, and I will hopefully get back into that. I just have to be patient, and that might not happen yet. So keep your eye out. hit the subscribe button, jump over to my Instagram, subscribe on there, go over to my Ko-fi page, follow that page, keep your eye out. If you're a subscriber to this channel, you'll know I'll talk about it, and I'll let you know when I get back into those and when they're up. And my alarm went off again. I've turned it off now. It's just telling me to get up for work, but I'm already up, I'm dressed, I'm ready, and I've got a 10 o'clock meeting and I start at 10:30 today. So I'm good, I'm ready to go. I thought I'd just jump on here while I had the opportunity, while I was dressed, while I had my makeup on. I can't tell you exactly what I'm wearing because my mum made it, but I'll put it in the notes below. It's super comfy. She just used some wool from Spotlight. It is 100% wool. I'll put the details in there, and it's really nice. But what's happened is, because the quality of wool is not fabulous, when it was washed by hand, it sort of started to felt. So it's good for me because it's too small for her now. So she's gifted it to me, and I really love it. So, Christmas 2025, I have some leftover material from last year's bags, which I'll do some patchworky style, like my new style of bag with. I've got these cute little snowman motifs, which I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to use those on anything or not, to be decided. And then some new style. I have some lovely Australian animal Christmas material. There's this little kangaroo and dog, Christmas pudding, horse, pigs. It's from Red Tractor Design. That's the material, that's the brand. And some white Christmas pudding material. And I thought I would line that with this lovely, it's not coming up on here very well. It's like a mustardy kind of, no, mustard, it's not mustard. It is a yellowy brown, but I think it will go really nicely with both of these. So that on the outside, and then you're lining here. And then something a little bit different again. I know that I'm in Australia, but I do have people watching my channel from all over the world. And so I just found this material and fell in love with it. So it's sort of like a bit more of a white Christmas, which obviously we don't have here in Australia. But still, I think we all love the idea of a white Christmas, and this material is just really, really cute. So I've got a couple of fat quarters of those and thought I'd line it with this blue, which is like really quite thick and sturdy. I think it'll be quite good. And then I have this red, little tiny Christmas trees, and another red with some Christmas trees. I'm not sure with this one if the whole bag in this would be too much, or whether I might put a plain red patchwork style with it. I haven't decided that yet. And then the red gingham for in the middle of those. So yeah, I think that's going to be quite nice. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm definitely going to do sock size bags again. However, if you think that something a bit bigger is something that you would prefer, just let me know. I've done a poll in the past on my Instagram. Not a lot of people have filled it out. So I'm probably stick to sock size and maybe one size up from that. With my Australian theme ones, I have done like a sweater size bag. It's not put together yet. So when that is, I'll put that on my next video. Well, sorry, that's a lie. I'll put it on my next video when they're actually finished. when my arm's better. Yes, that's better. And then you can have a comparison, really. I mean, you've sort of got a comparison if I show you this. But it's good to get a bit of feedback, you know, like I enjoy doing the sock size ones. I think they're quite handy. I think they're a good gift. They're easy to like post, and I'm sure anything bigger would be as well because they're very light. Yeah, but just, yeah, let me know. What do you prefer? Do you prefer a bigger bag? Do you prefer a zip? Do you prefer a drawstring? Is there any features on there that you might like to see? Just, yeah, let me know below. So it is a short one this week. I don't have a lot of anything, WIPS, projects, anything like that to show you because I'm out of action. But thanks for tuning in. And if you want to catch up on everything I'm working on, last week's episode maybe was a bit unclear. It's full of works in progress. It's full of projects that I want to do. It's full of sewing projects, knitting, you name it. So go and have a look at that. And if you get to the end of this video, stick a little love heart emoji in the comments, and the same for the last week's video. And if you could generously hit that like button, at the very least, it helps my video. It doesn't cost anything, and hopefully other people will get to see it. So that's it from me. I'm going to wrap up, head to this work, health and safety meeting, start work, and then I've got another meeting this afternoon. And yeah, I'll upload this probably when I get back later today, which you won't know because it'll just be the same time for you. So yeah, peace, love and zen, and I'll see you next week when I think I'm going to do an episode about spring and summer knits on my wish list. I think at the moment, not being able to do any projects, I'm going to really think outside the square what I can share with you guys. So until then, see you later. Toodle pip.